Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are back, ECS Season 6. As you can see, we're coming to you live and direct from Santa Monica, California. It's a beautiful day. We've already had the European Division, and now it's time for North America. Show us what you've got. We've got the likes of NRG going toe-to-toe with some of the biggest names in the league today. My name's Henry G, James Bardoff, DDK. Do you guys have a nice lunch, a nice break?
I won a game of Counter-Strike.
That's a good start.
I was all ping well.
Nice.
I went out. I went to 2 department stores and didn't buy anything. It was fantastic.
I had to lie down in the balcony. Feel a bit more infused now, ready to go. What did you
Regenerated.
Get up to, Dan? Yeah.
Steak and eggs.
Steak and eggs.
I went to a steak
combo.
and eggs place.
Yeah.
Amazing. Well, Daniel, if they want to talk about your lunch or maybe even Counter-Strike, how do they get involved? What should they do?
Well, if you want to know how the steak and eggs was, you can tweet me directly at DDK Esports, or you can just, if you want to have actually a conversation that's relevant to the show,
No shame.
in some way, you can go to at ECS on Twitter, hashtag ECSS6, and also, of course, check out CSGOLeague.com if you have any queries as to what the hell's going on with this league.
Beautiful.
So standings and so on.
Excellent work, Daniel. 10 out of 10 for that one. Your best one yet. James,
Good luck, Henry.
You've got to beat that performance now and tell us, where does this all lead to? What's going to be happening in a few weeks' time?
You can find out on my Twitter account. No, not really. Arlington, Texas, that's where the finals are going down, November 22nd to 25th, arlington.csgoleague.com. It's going to be good. We've got a big new esports stadium being built as we speak, not even ready yet. And that's where all the action is going to be going down. You can get tickets. Make sure you watch yourself and fast in there, and we'll all have a good time.
That's excellent work as well. And finally, if you want to get some FACEIT points, cash them in for a car, some skins, maybe even some hardware. Who knows what you want? You're going to have to hit the Get Loot button to be eligible for the drops we give out throughout the broadcast. All you have to do is hook up your FACEIT account to the YouTubes while you're watching, and we give away drops, every 45 minutes or so. We've given away millions of points so far, and we're not going to stop today. We're going to keep going. We're never going to stop. There'll be so many points. You've got to get involved. You've got to be in it to win it.
All the points.
And this is North America. This is where it gets a little bit more exciting, a little bit looser, a little bit crazier. Yeah, a bit more uncharted territory. These are the teams that are currently playing in this league. We'll have a look at the teams at the very top. It will be Liquid, of course. 11 wins. A couple of up and down moments for them yesterday. Gave away a map, but ultimately looking fine still. You can have a look at the bottom. Space Station probably won't be making it to the final. Same story for Luminosity. We'll see them a bit later. Mid-table, Complexity. They're starting to make their rise as they had a bit of a late start. Renegades still yet to play a game, and Cloud9 seem to get better and better. Let's have a look who's playing today, though. I'm sure we've got some great games here. I love watching NRG play, and that's good news because we've got plenty of them on the menu. NRG versus Rogue first, bit of Nuke as well. I don't see that every day. And Inferno, of course, a bit of a classic there. And moving on to Luminosity. We've seen plenty of Luminosity, and we don't really have much time to break this one down, I'm afraid. We're just going straight into it.
Excellent.
Call the admin out of the way. Let's just get into it, shall we?
Marvelous. NRG starting on the T side. Nuke. We've got 4 different maps here for North America, which will be very engaging to see. Plenty of NRG Stratego. We've got a crossfire around that ramp position. So far, so good. Vice getting a few kills, leaving it in a 3 versus 1. In-game leader Daps to hold things down, but he can't. No bomb plant left by the cafeteria, little machine things where they dispense junk food and fizzy drinks.
All the sugar, all the fat, and all the headshots for Vice as he gets it done there. Rogue off to a good start. Strong as the ramp rush was shut down here. Rogue, certainly the underdogs coming to this one, but they're always going to be a plucky team. They tried their best here, and great start on the CT side of Nuke. Definitely want to win the pistol here, and need to see NRG go for the AKs in the third. So, Glocks here, one flashbang through the skylights, I'd imagine. In it goes, and doesn't seem to blind too many people. To be Crystal, the new in-game leader from Germany, joining the squad. Will be just Daps now. This is a bit of a gimme round, of course. No plant, and Daps will see whether he can find any sort of wiggle room.
Daps wiggle as he might. He'll be laid to rest. He will wiggle no more. And it's a good start for Rogue, of course. The AKs will come out now for NRG, and all the nades as well. So this is where you can set the pace, set the tone of that T side, really take initiative. Nuke, of course, is somewhat of a different map to the rest in the pool due to the rotation times for the CTs. They're quite favorable with the way that you can just drop down to lower sites so quickly through the vents from upper straight down to lower, stacked bomb sites. So we'll see what NRG can do to create some chaos. And they're just going to go outside here. Rick is darting around all over the place. And he's still alive.
Yeah, that's looking very wild indeed, making no bones about revealing his position. I don't know if you're trying to make a play, bait them to face him for flashes to come through, but it won't quite work out. 2 players have been lost for Rogue in the first buy round of NRG. They've got a man advantage for now. They know where 2 of the players are, but they'll lose 1 player in finding that information. Minute 20 on the clock. How can they capitalize on this? Rogue still doing area control, stopping the cross to secret. How will NRG react?
So much time left in the rounds, but Vice, not a favorable spot for him. So will take him out. Now they've won outside. Oh wow, another challenge coming from Sick. He's not even punished. No one's in position. How is that a thing? Eco comes out as well to combine forces. And with the MP9, he'll get it done. And that is crazy. I thought NRG absolutely had that.
Yeah, me too. The outside play looked perfect, especially with the dodgy positioning of the Rogue players, but the MP9 will save the day. NRG still yet to post around, and they haven't had a plant yet, so the money's still actually quite weak, so they'll have to take probably a partial here as the loss bonus starts to build up. They'll have PT50 CZ and a cheeky Tech 9 for Breezy. Watch out for him, one of the absolute stars on the server right now. Orps out for Ricky. They'll go quickly towards outside. Sick. Comes from the same school of Counter-Strike as Twist, so you'd expect him to do a very good job in these sort of scenarios. Damage inflicted, and the round finish. 1 kill picked up for NRG. 4-0 Rogue starting to run away with this one, but very, very early days. Will we see the AWP on the T side? Surely Cirque fancies it. Not. Oh, there it is. Okay, he does a swap with Fugly to keep his money nice and strong. There we go. Cirque, incredibly talented. When he goes off, it's quite the spectacle.
Wall of smoke, early deployment from NRG. 4 grenades outside. Now they'll need to be wary of somebody behind that blue box, behind the red box. Creeping next to the smoke, they won't be seen on top. The gap, though, is realized by Ethan. Now, this is something that Shocks used to do. See Crystal holding a pixel gap, deploys the smoke immediately. So there's some area control. They know where one of the T's is at the very least, maybe 2. And they'll deny them their initial timing.
Much slower one as Rogonaut is happy to challenge outside this time, but Cirque will take down Sick. Maybe that's why. Moving everybody around. You can see that rotation is pretty easy down to the lower side, but what it does do is thin out the defense on upper. There's basically no one there. It's abandoned. Eco and Hut is not exactly the strongest position ever. Very interesting setup considering that they've abandoned the upper bomb site, but they have lobby, which might not really be ideal here for Rogue, as NRG have taken control of Heaven with 2 players. That's huge.
I'm not sure if Eco spotted a player there, or if he moved away just before he would have been in vision. Now the bomb is down on the A bomb site. There's a shot through a hole. And I think that's a safe situation for Rogue. Outmaneuvered. They haven't done a point of damage in this round. Oh, 2 points actually. 3, no 5, never mind. Fine, fine.
But what a weird round. Have you ever, I don't think, I'm trying to I don't recall seeing this, where you have the CTs basically not only just give up the upper site, but they do so by pushing into lobby, and they're like, oh, we're in lobby now. And there's 9 players alive at that point. There's 9 players on the server, and they've just moved out the upper bomb site completely. It's very strange. I mean, it might work out because they do get to keep the AWP in the M4s, and NRG absolutely just crushed it on the outside positions, but still. It is a round for NRG. First on the board. You like boards, Henry?
Do I like boards?
Yeah, you're all about the boards.
No, that's going to be
won't stop talking about
weirdest question of the day, but I respect it. Yes, I do. I love boards. They're great. They serve their purpose well.
Versatile.
Versatile, yes, many uses. And we'll see NRG with the first run on the board. Cirque back on the AWP, and Dabs aggressive towards outside. We'll see flashbangs deployed. Smokes as well, of course, as he tries to negate all the smoky action. All of it out there. CT's not actually challenging outside too much. They've got Ricky right back in CT with the AWP. He'll be joined by Sick. Crystal to go down first. A nice quick upper burst from NRG. That could be the round in itself. Those kills are everything you need, really. And Crystal or Hiko roll over with nothing done whatsoever.
That should be it. Sometimes you have to put your hands up and say, please don't shoot. Second round coming in for NRG. Rogue will have cash for a good buy in the next round, but how do they stop the bleeding? Where are the sutures? Perhaps they'll find some in the next round. Where are the herbs? Did you guys play Resident Evil, the original ones? With the herbs?
When they first, yes.
The horrible movement on the PlayStation.
Red herb, green herb, and yes, the movement was horrible. Didn't really enjoy it.
It was disastrous, wasn't it?
Yeah, angles were horrible on the cameras.
They made a new, like a remastered version of that, didn't they?
They always do.
Yeah.
Wasn't that the point, that the cameras were awful because it's like makes it more tense?
Yeah.
Kind of the point,
but
right?
the movement was really bad.
You should play Silent Hill
Like
instead.
the controls were awful.
It was before like analog sticks, the original, so it was really clunky trying to make that happen. But
there we go, Rogue back on the buy. They've pulled all the bits and bobs back out. Now they'll be aggressive outside. Sick making his way into the secret position. He will not be spotted, I do not believe, thanks to the smoke grenades. An opportunity for variance. Will they line up for Ricky, as there were lineups for Oscar in the European segment? I'm sure many of you have seen his 3K on the Reddit.
The Reddit.
Oh dear. Maybe he was seen.
You have to see Ricky kick off with the AWP. As they make their way outside, NRG have looked very assertive and they continue to find the kills outside. Ricky, good for one, stuck in towards spawn now, right at the back with 20 HP and the 4-on-3. It's a pretty useless position for him now. As the vents are under control, Daps and his team just seem to be breaking down the defense very efficiently here. Ricky looks like he might be done for too. All he can really do from this position is watch towards the ladder position. That really isn't ideal.
Bomb has been planted. They've set us up the bomb. I wonder if that reference, like no one knows that reference these days, right?
What?
Or your base?
Sure. I think everyone knows that.
I don't think they do though. It's like,
It's like the original meme on the internet.
It's like the original meme, yeah. I bet people don't know about it.
I think you'd be surprised. I think almost everyone does.
I hope so. You know about it, James, right?
I do.
Okay, good.
Great chats.
I'm glad we left this open for you to pick up the commentary down. It was a good.
That's what your references. You like a good. At least mine is not obscure. At least mine is an internet reference. People will understand it, as opposed to 70s television game shows. I mean,
do you guys know the?
Come on, man.
The Leech Access song. Leech Access.
See, there you go.
Leech Access coming at you. Your box is mine in a minute or two.
See, there we go.
I have no idea what you're
coming down the megabytes.
What's that
Leech
about?
Access, you just can't fight. Free BSD is the to me.
Right, clip that. Let's save that for future reference, whatever it was.
Just search on YouTube Leech Access, but no E in the access. AXSS. It was a rap song made like in the 90s about Leech Access, wares, and hacking computers. It's pretty awesome, actually.
Yankovic had some good ones.
Actually, wait. Let me find it. We have a timeout. No, we don't. Never mind. Dan, commentate.
I think the Weird Al one is probably better. Good old Weird Al. Either way, Orb, of course, on Cirque, we're having quite the resurgence here for NRG, getting the bomb down and detonating it in 3 consecutive rounds. Pretty impressive. But can they continue in this round here now that we have the 4x back for Rogue? And we'll see Ricky going forward with the smoke. What are you giggling about, you reprobate?
Don't worry.
You reprobate.
Not safe for broadcast.
The second username.
Don't say anything, Dan.
Well, reminds
me of Salicus, that's all I can say.
Oh my goodness. We're going to get into the next round here. 4-3. And we've got the AWPs out on either side. Cirque 5 kills to his name. Ricky was 6. As it all goes quiet once again. Rogue were flying away with this game, but NRG looked like the better team in the last few rounds. Almost too easy for them to break down that upper defense. Here comes the incendiary towards outside. The smokes too. He's been waiting for the last possible moment, so can't be denied. They'll cross over silently, checking out all the close range angles at this point, seeing what the CTs are present. I don't think there is right now towards lower. It looks relatively clean. There's one player down there, and that's going to be Crystal. He'll be holding up with the M4. He's got a smoke as well, but it might be a little bit too late at this point. Does he decide to pull back? Needs to nail this headshot. We've got 2 players in front of him. Not going to happen. Vice doing a good job with the MP9, but surely going to go down here. And Sick has to save the day. Could be a 3-man lineup again. Not going to happen, but Hiko, patient as ever, will get 2 kills.
Wow, what a good position. That vantage point. Oh, okay. Denied. Just get out. Get out right now.
Solid stuff. It's a big highlight for Hiko these days.
It is, isn't it? I was just thinking the same thing. Just
we see that every week.
Yeah. Whatever happened?
So unable to get right around the corner in time, and it's a nice last kill from him as well. Repositioning, making it harder for him to spread the information.
It's like seeing like Alan Shearer score a hat-trick again.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, amazing.
Still got it. Focus towards ramp for NRG. Vice wants no part of this. It used to be commonplace to spray through the corner of that box in older versions of Nuke, older versions of Counter-Strike. Now it's pretty much non-existent. Continuing to move quickly towards speed bomb site. Vice is alone. Is he good for 2? He is. He will get traded eventually. And now what can they do, NRG? They've got control of control. Very important for planting the bomb. And look at that plant.
Look at that. 4 on 2. It will be Ethan. Oh my goodness, actually making this possible. It looked like it was all going to fall apart. Breezy to make it 1-on-1. Ricky with the AWP. He needs a bit of luck here. He has no kit, but I presume there's one on the bomb site floor. He has got a smoke and a Molotov though. This isn't over. If he had the rifle, his chance would be increased massively. He does find the position. Very well done. Drops the smoke on top of the bomb. Taps it. Repositions. Wait for the reaction. Hit the shot. Ricky stays calm. Doesn't lose any health. And saves the AWP, of course. So the bomb planted. Rogue will have 6 rounds on the board. There is one more buy for NRG. Vice made it all happen with the FAMAS. Comes down to the 1-on-1. I dare say NRG will more than likely force into this round, whatever happens. So, she's pretty strong. 4 AKs. And Ricky to be challenged outside once again.
Is the early wall of smokes here from the T side? Not on this occasion. A difference. It used to be commonplace. It used to be every round. I think it's being deployed now. No. A leg has been seen.
That round from Hiko, I'm still thinking about it. That is, it's being answered back now by NRG, but a few more damage. If they can at least get a few more players down, this will definitely not put NRG in the best spot in the follow-up rounds, but they don't manage to do that. It's absolutely perfect for NRG. You know, you win a round, you have it so that, you know, it's somewhat clean, so there is very, very limited reset potential, even against a potential force buy here. So NRG will fight their way back. Beautiful injuries coming out, and Ethan, a player that we didn't really get to talk about, as we often end up doing so in the pre-show, just due to the fact that we cut off the pre-show short. But I think it's probably the host's fault.
Yeah, probably the host screwed it up, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I think so.
Not very good at his job, but he is handsome.
GCSGO. He's just doing his hair.
Anyway, Dan, should we get back to the action?
Back in the action. 5-7s are out. Only 1 CZ. What a world we live in these days.
It's a level 5 block from Breeze, not allowing anybody to get through the secret position or out. But everybody is still alive. Hiko on a huge flank. He's got his color coordination game on point, moving around, but he needs to cut the noise before he's detected. Would remove the power of his potential flank. Now, one option is to go for containment as well, though I think a rotation back is unlikely. The 5-7, not too accurate at that range, it must be said. Not too reliable. You can aim square in the head, even in the neck sometimes, which you'll need to do, and not really land anything. Hot flash, and Breeze makes his way in, as does Ethan. And there is Crystal taken away. So, such a treat to watch.
Yeah. So aware. It's going to be Daps pretty much confirming the round here. Will take both of these kills to come in to stand a chance. That's happened. Sick hasn't upgraded to an AK yet, but there's a low HP player. If he gets a third, we could be onto something here. This is getting dangerous. There's another one. Doesn't connect. How does Cirque hit that? It looked like that could fall apart. It was so fragile. But now Ricky left in the 3 versus 1. Bomb planted. That should be it. I don't see a world where he even gets a kill here. He'll hold up with the Deagle. And might be the end of the story.
So I'm really curious, how strong does Rogue's CT side need to be?
Oh!
How strong does it need to be?
Stronger than this, I'd imagine. They got a 4-0 start and it's coming back to 6-5.
Yeah, they're definitely beginning. We're entering a period where I guess the next buy round for Rogue, that's really what everything hinges on. We get to see whether or not they can get some consistency going. If they pick up that round and they can start build that into something, then okay, sure. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing that next buy round. Not going to see it this next round, of course, though. Ooh. They are in the best of spots. That's a nice steal, though. He's definitely come out fairly well there.
Well, they keep NRG on somewhat of a leash. That was so sick.
What? Oh my god.
Yeah.
He's not even playing Counter-Strike at that point. He's playing Quake, isn't he?
He is playing Quake. He's railing.
Damn. I taught Henry how to rail earlier in Quake.
Yeah, against bots. Gets 30 seconds.
Got to start it.
Yeah. It's like click mouse 1.
Yeah.
To fire the railgun.
I was very impressed. He did very, very well.
Thank you so much.
Full of potential, this Henry guy.
Ooh, so is Ricky.
That's actually huge.
This is Eco, remember?
Yeah, the one gun. Coming out huge. What would you do here, Henry? You're in NRG shoes. It's all gone wrong outside. You've got 3v5.
I would want to try and maybe get down towards the vents. I feel like that would be my best chance. See if you get ramp. Potentially, that's where they're going to be heading. And Vice to defend. So they just go down as 3-man unit now and just make sure they'd have to be better than Trades at this point, but they just need to try and get towards lower. That's going to be the best place to operate, I would say. Quiet as you can. Find whoever's holding it. Don't need to make too much noise here. You've got the AWP. It's in the hands of Cirque. We know what he's capable of. They've got smokes and... No, they actually haven't. That's a bit of a problem. And the Zeus is there waiting for them on lower. That's quite fun. I think that's going to get a kill.
He's at the right place as well, because obviously on that side of the ramp, you have a lot more information you can see into control and so on. But unfortunately for Vice, they go against the obvious peak. But there are still 4 people alive. NRG have done well to get this far. Again, you would assume you're likely to lose someone in a trade in some description. You don't want to be 2 versus 5, 2 versus 4, but it's 1 versus 4. Even worse for Daps. You know, the second player is there trying to position himself well, trying to give himself cover. But he can't. Ricky all over the place with a 4K with the AK. And a 7th round for Rogue.
Lovely stuff. Ricky.
And an AWP.
And an AWP.
And another AK.
That's excellent. That was an Eco. They're back in this game now. That was all about to fall apart. So this goes to show you every kill in Counter-Strike has some sort of consequence to it. Those kills before, Ricky got towards the hut. He managed to steal that AK away. They might not seem like much. They've got a P250, an AK, that's about it in their eco, but Ricky just goes to town outside, and NRG will be a bit frustrated at that one, but still, they've got 5 rounds on their T side here. They're looking okay, and we'll go into round 13 right now. Ethan will be out there with Daps, trying to find the first kill once again. It's Ricky back on the sniper.
5-on-5. The game of Counter-Strike, and now Call of Duty.
Yes.
It's gone from 4-on-4, hasn't it?
It has. Interesting.
Cirque misses a shot. Kind of. Not happy with that. Minute 14 for NRG to advance. A nice pop flash from Ricky. Spots a second player having gone past the angle. However, Fugly manages to jump back. People wanting no part of these AWPs today. Ethan lurking on a roof. Watch out for the anti-climbing paint. Still 1 person in the garage. As NRG look to breach the A bomb site. Headshot position for Daps won't do him any good. Vice takes him down. He go with an off angle. Nice for him. Sig delivers as well. And Rogue seem to be defending their tower. Cirque last 1 to 4, 14 HP. There he goes. Goodbye. Thank you. 3 people surviving for Rogue. 2 AKs collected. All good in the hood.
Rogue actually looking pretty decent now ever since they got revitalized with the Eco victory. They're looking like they could actually maybe close this out 10-5. That wouldn't be the end of the world. We'll see whether this Tech-9 CZ combo will be fruitful for NRG. They're the ones force buying this time. Cirque with the only real rifle. He's got the AK. And they'll head towards outside once again.
There goes the creep. Some okay timed grenades. They will miss the mark though. You have to be perfect. Can't be okay timing, has to be perfect timing. And down they'll go. And Rogue will have a good read of this. They can see the repositioning and play. Vice is there. The AK. So what do we have here? 3 CZs, Tech-9 AK. So opting to keep the CZs out there mostly. Flash. It's time to peek. Maybe not. Vice gets absolutely owned there. This might get a bit awkward now that NRG has some ground.
Bomb's getting planted. Crystal has an idea of where it is. Bomb is denied. They could really do with that bonus money, I think. 50 seconds now. A lot of time, and somehow these flurry of frags have mostly gone in NRG's favor. So despite the bomb not being down, they've got time. But Rookie has angles, and that leaves Cirque with 20 HP. Daps with 100. But can they get a superior position? Does Daps pick the right door? Seems like he just might. Just in time. Perfect stuff. Rotating to A, assuming the other CT's round the back, and Hiko has a look. Maybe he could take somebody with him. They've got so much position now, NRG. Daps not revealing his position. He's heard Hiko. Can't be expecting this, although Daps has allowed him to go into the A site. Or has he?
Well, a little bit dicey, but overall it will be Daps getting the final kill there. 8-6, maybe 8-7, considering the money that's left over. Oh my goodness, I didn't realize that was happening.
Thought Crystal frag.
Yeah, but there we go. Ricky tries, he might, can't complete the round, and here was the final play from Daps.
Oh, he's a toe fetishist.
Yes. Aren't we all?
Loving them toes.
Yeah.
Maybe I could be like a specialist streamer. Because I got a busted toe from where I ripped it in half and I dropped a PC on it.
That
so
sounds disgusting.
It
was
was.
it on stream?
It was. Just waggled the toe on the stream. Where the coin's at. Last round of the first half. SMG's out for Rogue. Crystal on the pistol. Crystal on the pistol.
Crystal pistol. Crystal pistol. It does rhyme, James. Sounds amazing. But what can you offer with it? We're seeing so many 5.7s. I switched to it as well. Not having too much luck with it so far.
Need to learn how to use it.
Sick.
It's personality.
It's personality. Eco's always believed. He's had that thing for years. We'll see Sick being hunted now as 3 players oncoming. They will crouch and be unseen as long as possible here before popping up and attempting to wow.
What is going on here?
Well, they've absolutely done one. Sick has no idea, and they've managed to find their way towards ramp. There's no kills here, but they can just sneak in. What is going on?
Is ramp the right play then? Because one could assume either, well, their question is, has somebody flanked lobby or have they given up ramp anyway? If so, they've got positions for having given up ramp, so surely there is a place to be exploited elsewhere. But no, they've got a plant on the B bomb site. They don't have time really to mess around anymore. Daps is there with no cover, no shield, but he will get the bomb down just about, strafing, and Hiko gets taken out around the back of the bomb site. 3 on 3 now as the teams move in. They'll continue to trade, 2 for 2. Sick on the ramp. We've got a T in control. Where is his teammate? Never mind, he's gone. He's Sick alone now. No kit for him. Maybe there's one near him. Such an open plant. The T's could peek from anywhere. The door is open, and there's a trade. 7 rounds for NRG, 8 rounds for Rogue.
Well, I would say NRG come out on top there. Perfect performance, really, and Fugly's on 1 and 12. That's a little bit of a shame, but they've got enough rounds on the board. Even with some eco victories for Rogue there, I still feel like NRG look like the better squad. Difficult start losing the pistol, but overall recovered. And we'll see them switch over to the CT side now. We're going to have Armor on Cirque as we dissect the buy and see if we can work out what they're up to. Usually one smoke will be purchased. There it is from Hiko. There will be a second from Vice as well. Suggest they might want to go towards outside. Let's have a look what they want to do. Nading out the squeaky door. That'll be a smoke for main entrance now. And here we go. Excellent work so far. bombs in the back of Sick. He's got the P250 as well, and the armor combo. He's got that Superman setup. Let's see whether it will be effective. Enough for splits, looking very likely at this point.
Firing us some shots there. We get pushing to Rab at the same time, so Fugly's under fire. Get taken down. Some damage just being exchanged all over the place here from both sides. 2 versus 2 as it's just a situation to frag out at the moment, and we'll see whether or not Sir can get something done here by Rab. Trying to control the positioning of the T's. They're taking a lot of damage here. They're quite weak. It's definitely a damage advantage for NRG, but it's about the headshots, and Breeze will prove that point. Takes out Crystal. Sick left in the 1 versus 2. Breeze and Cirque. Can they do it? He's got the PC-50. He's dangerous.
He's alone. Oh, doesn't spot the play on the Ram. Got to be very careful. Just the one shot from Sick. He's close. Now it's Breeze. He's got the kit. He's got some time, but Sick is doing the dance. Does he close the door? Does he stay under the Ram? Awkward angles, but jumping Breeze will find the last frag, and the score will be tied 8-8.
Indeed it will. It was a long, laboured affair, but NRG managed to win out in the 1 versus 1. Breeze will just take a kit and armour, and presumably we'll see an eco here for AKs in the 3rd, but there's always the option to buy in this round. You can see 6 got $4,000. So will they be tempted to get out a couple of AKs here and go for it? Doesn't look like it. Pretty much an eco with some PT-50s, Deagles, no armour. We're all tied up. NRG there on the CT side. They have quite the advantage here after winning the pistol.
Rogue have strats. Nuke strats. Time will answer that question. And that grenade will do a lot of damage. Wow. That's 140 damage off of 1 grenade. Not bad at all. And now that they're softened up, it'll be easier for Ethan to have at them with that FAMAS. But you've got to be careful with the Deagles. Good for the 1 shot. It's playing the headshot angle at range, distance. It's a great spot for an AUG. Maybe we'll see that come out later from Ethan. Who knows? I've been using the Krieg and the AUG a lot. It's awesome. It's a lot of fun.
I practiced the both in deathmatch. The AUG is pretty easy actually. The Krieg is simple enough. It's the spray is the same scoped in or out, but more management is needed.
It feels
out, I would say.
It feels much easier than the M4 AK's recoil to control.
Well, the Krieg.
Both of them they feel easier.
Well, I mean the M4 is just straight down.
Yeah.
So that's pretty simple.
Or the AUG is as well. Isn't it? I'm pretty sure the AUG is straight down too. Just
it's not easier than the M4 though. If it's the same, it's the same.
Feels easy.
I think the M4 is the easiest spray in the game. That of the ones you use. The first 10, 11 bullets are just straight down drag. NRG in the lead. 2 MP9s, 3 MP9s. Excuse me. I have misled the audience.
Again.
Repeated misleading. I'll be in a dock soon.
3 times and you're fired.
Well, this is why they're playing up close. The fact they have these MP9s, this is the new bonus round these days. They come in with SMGs, FAMASs up against the full buy pretty much of Rogue. A few compromises in terms of not having full utility. CTs though, holding in the huts. In towards the trophy room. This looks like a full commitment now from Rogue. First kill for Breezy. It's a nice clean one as well. MP9 does damage, but not quite enough. And it's up to Cirque now to try and pick up the pieces here. Great stuff by him. Takes out the first. Can he find the second? Not quite. But did convincing damage, but Daps can't replicate it. 3-on-2 in favor of Rogue.
Very nice catch. Perfect timing from Crystal. Leaving Breeze in the 1 versus 3. Bomb will go down though, and he's not really got anything left to do but to save. Could try to. One thing he could try to do is be very sneaky if he wants to try to create more damage. So this will be the first round loss, so they're going to get $1,400. So they actually do have a buy next round with this save. So I guess you don't really want to give up the AK, but you can always try to do some sneaky positioning for exits. Try to gamble and take a safe off angle to catch exits. as they have no idea where he is and do more damage to their economy. But right now, you know, it's fine to prioritize your own, you know, from an NRG's perspective. And we'll see Breeze with this save, allowing his team to have a good buy next round. Cirque has plenty of money for an AWP. Daps will have 4,400, also 4,500. So it doesn't look too bad, actually.
Yeah.
Recovery can be had. Resets can be had.
Is Crystal on trial? Or is he like a permanent part of the team?
I think he's just signed, wasn't he?
I think, yeah, to get him over to America in the first place, yeah, I feel like they'd have to get visas sorted. I feel like that's straight up signing. He's been around for a while. Like, they know he's a safe pair of hands.
New man.
As far as I'm aware, it's a full signing.
Full signing. Full-blown signing.
I'm just wondering where they're likely to end up in the table.
I would say
middle four,
just outside the top four.
Well, let's see if they can do that, or if they can exceed expectations. It is within their hands. Within the hands of Cirque as an AWP, though. And that may be a problem. He will have something to say about that. Oh, that's... he was looking for information. Information he found. Plenty of repeats for Cirque, but he takes one in the face through the wall. And Rique will finish up. Fast pace now from Rogue, trying to move in before the CTs can get into position. And that will help him frag Fugly. Probably thought he had more time than he did. Ethan with the P90. Trying to get something done. He's got the moving accuracy, not the kill bonus. And he's got nothing else now. 99, Rogue looking good to take the lead. Unless this can be turned around. Ricky's only got 1 HP. And they're going for the next level rotate in every sense of the word.
Well, Breezy will as well, but he might be a little bit late, and indeed he is. Daps out of position, maybe out of time, as he'll just have to recover the AWP and be happy with that. I'll go towards Secret and see if there's any free kills available, but there's nothing. He'll have to save this towards T-Spawn by the looks of things. Only got the first stage loss bonus as well. He'll get $1,900 next round on top of the AWP he's already got. Everyone else is broke, so he'll have 3,900, and his teammates will be beneath 2K pretty much. So not really that compelling for a buy, but maybe they'll be tempted with the AWP. You never know.
Round number 10 for Rogue. Money sucks for NRG. Not much success beyond the pistol. Again, that nightmare buy round. Not working for them. Through the wall. Okay, with some nice movement. Understands the advantages he has having taken down Cirque in such fashion. Charges into B. Takes out another play before they can reposition. Great awareness from the lads. A long way from home. And the wall of smokes will be deployed once again.
Well then, no force buy, just the CZs. Cirque will be given the AWP. Daps hands it over to his trusted sniper. Can he deliver the goods? Ethan, haven't seen anything wild from him yet. We'll have to wait a little bit longer.
That's awkward. One of those ones where you're pre-aiming for an angle beyond where you're turning a corner, and then you're doomed. Cirque, though, is still alive. There's the peek through control before the Flames can get there. Lovely stuff. Talk about timing. Set up for more angles. Warning shot. 3-on-3. Can these NRG players collect a weapon? That's a question. Otherwise, it's still Cirque versus the world.
I like Cirque's chances in that. His AWPing is next. Just very special, isn't it? Let's see what else he's got in the tank here for his opponents. Pretty awkward here. His teammates are going to be able to just sort of distract and exactly create space for Cirque, but the AWP will be dropped. They've managed to make their way down to the bomb itself. AWP collected by Fugly. He'll be in a good vantage point with both players from Squeaky. If he goes for the hold here, maybe if the AWP holds the angle, they can make this work. Breeze goes for the engagement. Oh, he finds both with the help of Fugly.
It looked like it was a double kill.
Yeah,
the hype was there.
I committed there.
I respect it, Dan. You did commit. It was still fine. You should have kept going.
Oh my goodness. What a round.
That was amazing.
How do they do that? Cirque, I guess, is the answer.
He loves it, doesn't he? Cirque with the AWP. Nothing else around him. This is why Daps gives him the weapon. He is a god.
He got both, man. The thing's wrong. He got both.
I agree.
It doesn't really look like it.
10-10. Round 21. Orgs are out.
Org is out.
Scope will actually have some... Never mind. That's what the window used to be for. A very aggressive peak from Ricky. Rare to see a successful peak like that in 2018. But Ricky is good for it. Now, what is the response of NRG? Do they take an aggression elsewhere? Not the easiest thing to do. Timing must be in your favor. If you were to push ramp, if you were to push secret. Rogue pushing into the A site. Breeze with an off angle. How many frags? He's got to find more than one. Trying to buy time for his team. Pulling out the second one, but he goes too far with the flashbang. And Cirque will walk to his doom. Rogue back to winning ways, back in the lead.
They absolutely are. Rogue are looking up and about here. They keep NRG on a firm leash here. You can see they still can't really justify a purchase. Their CT half not going as well as you'd think. After winning the pistol, it currently sits 3-3 in the second half. We'll see if this will be anything for them. Ethan's purchased up a Deagle and armor. Breezy with the PD50 armor combo also. But this should be a bit of a gimme for Rogue as they get closer and closer to closing this one out.
I do not miss 1.6 Nuke.
That's the thought you're having, was it? Or
yeah, because, you know, it's just also spam, and I was just thinking, like, in 1.6 Nuke, I just had to stop playing it online because, well, cheaters won, but secondly, because, generally speaking, you can just shoot for any wall on the entire map. It's just so annoying.
Got to stand somewhere else there.
You can shoot through the blooming ceiling as well, and the floors and the walls, everything. Everything can be shot through. Either way, we'll have Rogue taking the lower bomb site, getting a clean plant down, and that should really signal the end of the rounds. TTs will start to swarm, but there's not too much that they can do. They are going to swarm the control room position.
Let's not forget when you could defuse through the ceiling as well.
oh yes.
Good times. Never had the pleasure of doing that myself. NRG swarming, just trying to get anything they can, a weapon, something, a frag. Neither looking likely, a little blocking. High Vice will try to block. Maybe Crystal will be lost, maybe Six will be lost.
Oh, that's not a kill. Nice. Some self-respect gained. 12-10. NRG have to show us so they can win buy rounds on the CT side, or else, well, or else they'll just lose the game.
Lose the game.
They'll lose the game.
Yeah. Nothing really up, nothing more will happen than that.
No, it's just, yeah.
Colour commentary for you there.
So Cirque, he's got the AWP, he's ready to go. He's going to have targets in front of him, but they're shrouded by smoke. They go quickly towards main entrance. He's ready for that one, but can only get the wing. Vice will go down eventually. It's going to be a fast approach towards upper, and they really have removed Cirque from the equation. Oh my goodness, he's so fast though. He wants a little bit more of action here, and we'll see whether he can pull it off. It'll be Ricky on the other side with the AWP also, but they've smoked him off for now. And will this be a chance to plant the bomb? Absolutely. They know where Cirque is. They've taken down Fugly, and this should be their round. Cirque shouldn't be allowed back into this one.
Put down a smoke to create some space. He's picked up an AK to find the trade fragger. He would be vulnerable to a second player after firing the AWP shot, whether he switches to another gun or not. And for that reason, the AK comes out. Angle's being held. Too close to the wall, but he gets the frag. With 8 HP, is he going to go for it? He's got the pistol out, had a kit.
Yeah,
but no.
He just realized that Ricky was the... Oh, he's the AWP. My HP doesn't matter. So I think that's why I went back for it.
Also, by the way, Ricky 27 for 8.
Is he really?
Yep.
Wow. I did not notice that.
Beasting, man.
Circus 24 and 16. The AWP's already going at it. That's really cool. great when AWPers are both peaking on other sides of the server. Makes for a very exciting game, but maybe not an exciting round here. NRG are pretty much full eco, no armor, no nades. Just a few upgraded pistols here. The Eagle headshot doesn't connect.
Crikey, it's been a really bad half, hasn't it, for NRG? They are getting, well, their economy is getting dominated by NRG, by Rogue, sorry. 3 Peter Fiddies, 2 Deagles. And, I mean, the last round they had pretty much USPs, and that went to bomb detonation. So don't expect this to be a fast one. Nuke is that kind of map. Crystal will be heard moving through the underpass, and maybe that will spike a rotation from more NRG players than otherwise. Daps hiding in the corner. If time goes their way, maybe he could win a sneaky round. Oh! Vice teasing without even knowing about it. And now Rogue has position on the B-bomb site, and the eliminations will continue. Don't have bomb plant pressure just yet, but the number's there, so the bomb will go down anyway.
Well, not the most exciting round, I'm afraid. No kills for NRG. Just saving Deagles at this point. That's all Breezy can really do. As he hold up towards ramp. Will he get a consolation frag? Absolutely not. Feels like Rogue might be able to close this one out, but NRG still on the CT side of Nuke. This is always possible to turn it on, turn it around. But it all starts here. They can't really afford to give up another round here. If Rogue got match point this early on, it would be a disaster.
We get a fast one here from Rogue, just try to, break things up. He maybe looks like they're going quite quickly here. Maybe just trying to bait out counter grenades. Either way, though. Yeah, well, the pace continues. Fugly will drop off. Doesn't get the dink that he was after. This could be really dangerous. Cirque is in position, though. Oh my God, Cirque unscoping at the absolute wrong moment. That could be massive. Fugly does get 1.5. Well, no, actually, I think they get 2 players regardless. It was a 4 versus 3 in favor of Rogue. As Eco turns the corner, doing even more damage. The cover from Rikke is good as well. And this is falling apart now for NRG. Just Ethan left in the 1 versus 3.
Rogue looking like they're simply the better team on Nuke. Ethan around control, contained by the Molotov. Doesn't have a kit, has to find 3 players. Could use a smoke to create some space. Will take 1 out unanswered. Pulling out the AK now, smoke on the bomb. But he knows 2 players will be waiting for him. Walks to his doom, and it's match point Rogue.
Vice will finish things off. It's now 5 match points in a row required for NRG. Just to take us to overtime. Pico opened things up with the AK, doing a great job there. And Vice to close it down with the AWP, trying to face it out, but Ethan gets himself close towards the bomb site. Not the best buy to close things out here, potentially. NRG with 3 FAMASs, 2 UMPs. Bare bones utility is sick, goes hunting towards outside. He'll be on the silo. A little bit of damage inflicted towards Ethan. Oh, sorry, towards Crystal. A lot towards Ethan. He's on 5. And currently patrolling outside with the FAMAS. Doesn't look good for him.
Yeah, it's been a great game so far from Rogue. They're still a difficult team to place. Oh, hello. My goodness. Not a good start for NRG. Very toasty up in there. And I like the detail there, Crystal throwing the flash out just in case there's an additional player pushed up behind main perhaps. But no, there's not. But regardless, Rogue have the discipline and the detail in place to focus to try to close the game. As Crystal will, behind the wall of smokes, go alone down. Oh, is he going into garage? No, okay. So he's in secret. Oh, he's absolutely owned it, hasn't he? Dabs it down as well. And Breeze. This is falling flat for NRG.
I'm not sure they'll be able to do much of this. This kill could decide it. Cirque will keep the dream alive at least for a few seconds longer. Bomb planted though. CT's on the retake with 1 kit, 1 smoke, 2 flashes.
No more saving to be done for NRG. This is it. Try to isolate potential positions with the smoke grenade, and now it's Fugly And that's going to be that, 16-10. Perhaps a surprising win for Rogue, toppling NRG on Nuke.
I think that's an absolute surprise. Amazing stuff from Ricky, especially 28 kills in the end. His teammates didn't let him down either. It looked like it could have been a pretty disastrous game. They gave away in 7 rounds on their CT side to NRG, who are considered the much stronger team going into this one. But Hiko was up and about. He looked like he was ready for this one. Always been a bit of a nuke specialist. He showed us what he could do with the AK-47 in the upper bomb site. Vice had his moments as well, locking down towards lower. But Sir continued to deliver shot after shot with the AWP. Such a beast with this weapon. But unfortunately for him, Ricky went a little bit further. He dominated the server. Every scenario was in, all for AK. He was getting it done. And as you can see, Daps had his moments too. He actually had a very good game, but NRG did not on their T side. Didn't seem to really get going at all in the second half whatsoever. The CT forces shut down by Crystal and Co. time and time again. I have to say, that's probably the best looking Rogue game I've casted so far. The comeback in the second half, they actually looked like they're a pretty decent team there. I was enjoying it. Yeah, man.
Rogue definitely looking really good with Crystal. Even though Crystal wasn't having a great game himself, it was still a fantastic performance from a team perspective. You can see on the statistics there, there's not really any massive standouts. You know, Sick and Ricky obviously ahead of the pack from a damage perspective, but they were really just doing what they were set up to.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see NRG with Fugly 5 and 21. That's going to be a contributing factor. If you've got one player that didn't turn up to the server whatsoever, say what you want about roles and everything, but it's a game of killing your opposition at the end of the day, and he's barely done that in a game that went almost the full distance there. So that's always going to be an issue. He was actually looking great all week for them as well, so hopefully he can sort himself out for the next map. My goodness, NRG, they're certainly the favourites. They're going to be playing in every single game today, so they've got 4 chances to get points on the board. The first one is slipped by the wayside. They're going to be playing Inferno next. They'll continue to be against Rogue. If you want to watch that one, which I recommend, you've got to come back after this break.